I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. This very special event presented by the Chazaq organization. I want to thank Beit El, Rabbi Nasirov, all the amazing rabbis that are opening their doors for tonight's shir. Round of applause, please. We have a great honor to hear tonight from Rabbi Yosef Palacci. We'll hear from momentarily. We want to thank all the amazing Shadchanim, Shadchaniyot for taking their time tonight. Give them a round of applause for taking their time tonight. And the Chazaq organization, we know, of course, organizes amazing shiurim and events, inspire men and women, young and old, and everybody in between, and has a major focus on public school outreach, is the main focus on public school outreach, with after-school programs in 15 different locations to give them to lead them on the right path of Torah, so they can live a life of mission and purpose. And we also have a special division called Public School Yeshiva, which has transferred over 1,400 children from public school yeshiva since 2017. And of course, we know there's so many thousands of more. And everyone here, if you would just think of one neighbor, coworker, relative who has children in public school, and to give them a Jewish education, to reach out to Chazaq, definitely be a big schut, a big merit for you and your family. And of course, we're gonna hear about the Chazaq's Chazaq Connections, this new program, which you'll hear about momentarily. And I think to give an introduction for tonight, there's I think one word of introduction could be, there was a rabbi, he got up recently in a shul, and he said, everyone should raise their hands, and they said, does anyone have any relatives who were murdered on October 7th? And no one raised their hands. And then the next question, he got up and he said, does anyone have any relatives who were taken hostage? And no one raised their hands. And then the last question he asked was, does anyone have any relatives who are in the Israeli army currently? And only a few people raised their hands. And the rabbi got up and he said, you know what the issue is, what the problem is that every single person in this room should have raised their hands. If we realize that all these people, it's not just a news headline. These are our brothers, our sisters, these are our relatives, and we would daven differently, and we would pray differently, we do mitzvot differently, and that's what this Chazaq Connections is going to be. It's going to be a program to look out for our fellow brothers and sisters in the area of Shidduchim, and we're going to hear tonight from Rabbi Ilam Meirov, the director of Chazaq, to give some opening remarks. Everyone, please rise.
Shavua Tov, Morai v'Rabotai, Chanukah Sameach. To be very honest with you, I'm very excited to be here tonight, but I'm also a little bit nervous. I'll tell you why. Excitement, Baruch Hashem, you're getting involved with an initiative which is one of the biggest mitzvot we have in the Torah, to help people get married, to start a family. What could be more important than that? But a little nervous, because anytime you do something this important, the Yetzer Hara is going to find a way to try to ruin it, Chas v'Shalom. And there's always things that creep in, things that want to interfere. But we told ourselves, we have to just go full force, L'Shem Shamayim, so Bezrat Hashem, we can give every single person in our community and beyond an opportunity to Bezrat Hashem walk down the chuppah with the other half, Bezrat Hashem. Now people are saying, Rabbi, what do you need this headache for? You know, Baruch Hashem, Chazaq is dealing, like our good friend Rabbi just said, Chazaq is dealing with so many different things. Shiurim, public school programs for children, for teenagers, Yeshiva Placement Division, a kollel in New York, kollel in Israel. Shidduchim is very complicated. For all of you guys that started dating, you know that it's a beautiful journey, that's also a very frustrating journey. For all the Shadchanim and Shadchaniyot that are over here, you know, I only heard one guy say, whoa, what's going on over here? I was told there's 20 people here, Shadchanim, no, where are they? B'chol ofen, you know it's a lot of tension. You try to do good, you're trying to set someone up. If it works out, you know, you get a thank you here and there. If it doesn't work out, you're public enemy number one. It's not a simple initiative. It's not a simple job. But Rabotai, it's our responsibility. And I'll tell you why I actually agreed to get involved with this. Because originally I was not the biggest fan of being involved with this. But why did I say, let's go, let's invest time and money and energy into this program? There's a story that took place 150 years ago involving a shidduch, and that story changed my life forever. I am who I am because of this story. So I want you to hear this for a moment. Spanish Inquisition took place what year? 1490? 1492. See, we have some guys here that know history, anyone that's interested. 1492, Spanish Inquisition. Rabotai was tremendous tzarot. You know what Am Yisrael went through? Spain was we had so much Torah, so much business, so much going on for Jews there, and suddenly, the next thing you know, we're thrown out. Many Jews moved from Spain to Eretz Israel. They went to Italy, they went to Amsterdam. And many families also went out to Turkey. One family that went to Turkey, they were living by the border of Turkey and Syria in a city called Ainteb. Ainteb. Many years later, they crossed the border and they became known as the Antebi family. Let's fast forward now to the 1800s. There was a young rabbi named Yehuda Antebi. Baruch Hashem, he gets married. Shtabach Shemo, he has a great wife, very dedicated. She becomes pregnant. During the pregnancy, unfortunately, Rabbi Yehuda passes away due to a plague in Syria. Syria, you have a girl that's pregnant, no husband. She gives birth to a baby boy, and she names the boy Yehuda after her husband, after the father. And she adds two more names to him, Shabtai Raphael, of other relatives. So his name was Yehuda Shabtai Raphael Antebi. Yud Shin Resh, Yehuda Shabtai Raphael Yashar. He lived a life of straight, he was emet. This young boy raised without a father. Within a year or two, his mother passes away from the same exact plague as the father. No father, no mother, about 2 years old. His uncle, Rav Avraham Antebi, the chief rabbi of Syria, adopts him as a child. Baruch Hashem, he raises him with dedication. 13 years old, he sends this boy to go live in Tzfat in Israel. The boy, the Talmid Chacham, in the yeshiva there, he's learning. 15 years old, 16, 17, 18 years old, he finds a shidduch, Baruch Hashem, young man. He gets married. His wife becomes pregnant. Child is born, passes away after a few weeks. A second child born also passes away, Hashem Yishmor. And the third doesn't survive. And the fourth passes away. And the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh. Every child he and his wife had, unfortunately, did not live beyond their infancy. The pain and suffering was so great that the wife of this Yashar passes away at the age of 40. So now he's already a 40-year-old man, no father, no mother, no brother, no sisters, no wife, no children, no nothing. No relatives. He's living in Israel by himself, basically. Learning Torah, teaching Torah, great Talmid Chacham. Fast forward 15 years, he's 55 years old. The community in Egypt is looking for a rabbi. Now anyone that knows, if you're looking for a rabbi, and he has 10 kids, it's going to cost you a lot of money to move him over to another country. Baruch Hashem, in this case, for them it worked out. You have a rabbi all by himself. It was a cheap export. They exported him to their country, Baruch Hashem, very, very cheap. And they got a real Talmid Chacham. He was a dayan over there. Everyone looked up to him, questions, chesed, shalom bayit, halacha, bet din. But they're saying, what? How can this man, so great, be single? He has nothing, no family at all, no relatives. We got to do something for this man, for our rabbi. Eventually, another person in the community who had a daughter that was much younger, she says, Abba, we're talking about the Gdol Ador. We're talking about a great man. I'm willing to marry him. But are you sure? This guy is full of suffering his whole life. His father died when his mother was pregnant. His mother died after she gave birth. And then his wife and him, Baruch Hashem, had kids, but they all passed away. Then his wife passed away. Are you sure you want to marry this man? She says, yes, I'm ready to marry this man. 55 years old. Baruch Hashem, they get married. They have a child, 100% healthy. A second child, 100% healthy. And a third child, and a fourth child, and a fifth child, and a sixth child, and a seventh child at the age of 71. He was 71 years old, he had his seventh child. Yitzchak Baruch was the name of that seventh child. Now, why did the story mean so much to me? Because that child of his is a great-grandfather of a young lady who lives here in Queens. And that young lady who lives here in Queens happens to be my wife. That means she was only born. My wife is only here because someone found her great-great-grandfather, Shidduch, at 55, and he had his seventh child at 71. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter what age you're in, Hashem has his plans. We don't always understand. We don't always comprehend. But you got to live a life of simcha and put your emunah in Hashem, and you just never know what's going to happen. You know, about 2 or 3 years ago, my wife's family found the grave of the Yashar. He moved back to Tzfat towards the end of his life. So I went to Israel with my son about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, in the summertime. And I said, we have to go to his grave. They told me he's buried in Tzfat in the old cemetery. They were directing me where to go. It's in a cave next to the Al-Sheikh HaKadosh. That day was about 100 degrees outside. It took me about 20, 30 minutes to find the cave. And when we found it, inside the cave, you have to bend over. It's maybe this high, the cave. You have to bend over, and there's 32 people buried in the cave. If outside was 100 degrees, inside the cave is maybe 120, 130. It's pitch dark. I had my flashlight looking from grave to grave. And Baruch Hashem, we found the grave of the Yashar. And I was bent over, sweating. My whole body was mamash shaking because you could barely move. And I was crying to him and thanking him for the determination that he had and never giving up. And Baruch Hashem, we were talking about, he probably has around the world, who knows how many thousands of descendants. He passed away in 1889. And it all came down to Rabbi because he never gave up. At that moment, I was telling myself, you know what? We got to do something for the shidduchim crisis that we have in the world. There's so many guys, 20, 30, 40, girls, 20, 30, 40, they're good people. Good hearts, good families. And they're just not able to find the right one. Don't you ever give up, Chaz v'shalom. We're going to put our time, our effort to Bezrat Hashem, hishtadlut, to try our best to make this something that can be very successful. You know, I had a chance to speak to the shadchaniyot here. Every single one of them right now, they're here in the room. Men and women are all volunteering their time. They came out, Motzei Shabbat, Chanukah. They could have been out with different family gatherings. They decided to come here and volunteer their time. And one thing we said, we're going to, Bezrat Hashem, build a team. And if it means we're going to expend a lot of money on events and programs and food and whatever it may be, it's worth doing it. Because the future of Am Yisrael depends on it. You know, so if over the past 2 years, Chazaq was able to make a shidduch between public school kids and yeshivot, 1,500 kids approximately, over the past 2 years, I really hope and pray over the next few years, we'll make shidduchim between men and women, 1,500 families, Bezrat Hashem. Right? They're going to build good Jewish homes, Bezrat Hashem. So this is something we're very excited about. Again, thank you very much to all the shadchanim and shadchaniyot, bemet. I would name everyone, but too many names to say. But bemet, thank you very much. And of course, to put together such an event, you got to cover costs, right? So we have a young man, and unfortunately, his mother passed away at a very young age. And she was an Eshet Chab, but she didn't live too long. She passed away before the age of 30, and is dedicated, Bezrat Hashem, Leilun Nishmat, Imat Shalom Bat Bitya. Her neshama is definitely going to have nachad ruach, seeing so many people getting together to be inspired and hopefully start the next level of their life, Bezrat Hashem. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys filled out the forms. It's a very simple form that we had downstairs. If you didn't, some of the shadchaniyot will still be here afterwards. You can fill it out after the shiur, Bezrat Hashem, and then we're going to have someone reach out to you over the next few days or weeks, Bezrat Hashem, to try to see how we can move forward. We're going to have a lot of different events for men and women, for men's side belief, for women's side belief, trying to build you up to know what it means to be, Bezrat Hashem, a husband, to be a wife. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a whole division, Bezrat Hashem. Chazaq connections to hopefully connect all of you to create your own families. With this being said, we have a great honor, a good friend of mine. He's a man that he gives his heart to his kehillah in Brooklyn, but his heart is also here in Queens. He really cares about our community. He comes out anytime we ask him. His busy schedule, he pushes things around to make it happen. It's a great honor and a kavod for me to call upon Rabbi Palacci to say a few words of chizuk.
You don't need me, Rabbi. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. And B'ezrat Hashem, with this, some few words. I have just one question for you. If I were to tell you of a guy, a person, right? He finds the most beautiful girl. And now, his father-in-law says, if you want my daughter in marriage, I want you working for my company for 15 years. And then I'll give you my daughter. And you're looking at this girl, it goes unbelievable. 10-10 package, everything. Everything is 100%. This is the girl of your dreams. Would you do it, yes or no? Honest, go for it, guy. Yes. Yeah, you really would? No. That's actually you're a marriageable age. Let's say you're ready to get married. You're really waiting to wait 15 years and work 15 years and you're ready to get married. Say the honest truth. Would anybody say yes? You would say yes. 15, right? No, I said yes. Nobody would say yes. All right. Now I see everybody saying no. Now here is my question. You ready? And I'm giving you the answer tonight. I am giving you this answer. Be'ezrat Hashem, siyata d'shmaya. You ready? This is the question. How is it possible? What is going through one of the biggest tzaddikim, one of our avot, who the greatest tzaddik that ever walked on this planet, our forefather that we say every single day in the Amidah, Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzhak, Elokei Yaakov. How is it that Yaakov is willing to work 14 years? 14 years! Yes, I know. I'm not finished yet. I am not finished. I got it. I will cover it. B'ezrat Hashem. But my question is, at the end of the day, it was complete. 14 years. 7, you're right. She waited a week later, and then she got married, and then he had another 7 years. I understand. That's a very good diuk in the pasuk. It was 7 years, waited a week, and then another 7 years. He got her after 7 years and a week. But the question is, he's working for 14 years. Come on! What is going through the mind of Yaakov? I want to know. I want to answer. What is going through the mind of Yaakov Avinu? He is our forefather. We speak about we speak every day, 3 times a day, every Jew in the whole entire world. I'd like to know, what was Yaakov thinking by what? First, think about it. Imagine the same girl. He knows he didn't give the simanim to anybody but Rachel. Correct, yes or no? And therefore, that night, what is it? It's Leah. Hello. That means Yaakov knows the only person in the world that gave away the secret is Rachel. And now you want the same girl that gave away your secret? I'm very bothered. I think I need a Coke. I'm very bothered. No? Yeah, so you know, that's what I said at the beginning. No matter how beautiful the girl is, you're going to wait for 15 years when you're ready to get married? Come on. What? I want an answer. Please, I want an answer. Please.
You got 2.
You got 2. All right. Here's the answer. The answer is, I'm going to give you a little bit of a background. I'm giving you 5 rules of success. You can take notes on this. You can remember it for life. 5 rules right now, steps of success, and then we'll go back to the answer. Like this. All these rules are from Yosef. Yosef HaTzadik, this week's parasha. Parasha V'Yeshev. This is the rules of success. If you follow these rules, good, with Siyata Dishmaya, of course, everything you always need Hashem's help for, with Siyata Dishmaya, you will be successful, guaranteed. Listen carefully. First, number one, you have to have a dream. You have to have a goal. You have to have a vision. Yosef, the beginning, when we finally meet the first time Yosef, what is it about? It's about Vayachalom. Yosef has a dream. What's his dream? In depth, his dream is to help the world. That's his dream. How am I going to help the world? And that's why, if you analyze his dream, he's like, wait, what's going to happen? Oh, you're all going to bow down to me? He wasn't thinking that. He was thinking that, wow, I want a position where I can help the entire world. So his brothers are literally a little bit misinterpreting, saying, wait, do you want to rule over us? No, he didn't want to. He wanted his dream. His dream was that he wanted to support and help the world. And therefore, the brothers are getting upset because what you think about is what you dream about. So if you're thinking you can be greater than us, no. Yosef is thinking about the dream of helping the world. That's his dream again and again. I want to help the world. First ingredient that you need in order to bake this beautiful cake of success is you must have a goal, a vision, a dream. This is what I want in my life. That's what you have to have. Otherwise you drift and 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 you drift. I'll tell you, like, what am I doing? No. I'm going home tonight and I'm thinking, what do I want out of life? What is the biggest dream that I have to do in the world? And by the way, I'll just tell you on an easy note, a very easy note, the most selfish thing that you could do for yourself is helping others. You know why? Because that's how you get so much happiness. How do you get so much happiness? When you do for other people. Take anybody you want. No matter, there was one time a lady, I was at a Rosh Yeshiva's house. I was actually at somebody's house that the Rosh Yeshiva was there. And he told me a story that there was a lady that had everything in life. She had black credit cards where it's like automatic, you know what I'm talking about? Those black CCs where you go into the store, you just put it down like, yes ma'am, how can I help you? Whatever you want. And you go into the highest end department stores out there, whatever you want. You can even buy a house with that, right? With the credit card. You know what I'm talking about or no? Yeah, this one. No, so says like this. Now what? You go all out. And this lady was not happy. And she's like, what is going on? And he calls the rabbi. He calls this Rosh Yeshiva that I was having dinner with. Rosh Yeshiva. He calls me, says, please, Rabbi, help me. I give my wife anything she wants. She wants a gold ring. I get it. She wants this. She wants that. Vacation. Anything she wants, I get her. You know how many shoes she has? She has a closet just for shoes. You ever have that before? No. A closet just for shoes. A whole closet. A walk-in closet. Not the regular. Walk-in is that. Which one is that? Rabbi, what should I do? You know what he tells his wife? He tells him to tell his wife. He says like this, listen carefully. He says, you want your wife to be happy? This is what you do. Tell her to be productive. Tell her to do some chesed. Tell her to do something for other people so she feels productive with her life. And what does she do? She opens up a gown gemach. Any girl getting married that needs a gown goes to her. She's so wealthy, she dresses her up, any gown you want. She accumulated so many that she has in her house a whole section of gowns where a bride, she could come, pick whichever gown that she wants, wears it, and guess what? One of the conditions that she has is that this lady is invited to the wedding, and she goes to the wedding, and she sees this young bride walking down the aisle, and she's thinking to herself, wow, look, I helped this bride have a gown. How happy does that make you feel? More than any type of Gucci, Prada, Ferragamo, right? Oh no, that's it, that's right. All right? More than anything in life, this is it. So a person, first thing is first. You got to go home or think now, whatever you want to do. Think, what's my vision in life? Where do I want to be? What do I want to gain from this life, these 120 years that I have in this lifetime? I want to know what is going to be. And by the way, the goals could when you reach that goal, you go to the next goal, you go to whatever it is. That's the first. Second, you must have a plan. How do I know that? You have a goal. You have a goal. But write a plan. How do I know that? From Yosef again. What happens? Paro has a dream. He comes back to interpret the dream. But he doesn't just interpret the dream. He gives him advice. Now I want to tell you something. This is going against all rules. If a king comes to tell you something, you tell him exactly what he wants to hear, not more. I asked you to interpret my dreams. Why are you telling me more? He's giving him advice. By the way, there's 7 years of famine, 7 years of plenty. What are you going to do now? 7 years of famine, what are you going to do? So what does he say? Oh, you know what? You have to prepare for it. So you have a plan. Third, be careful who you tell your dreams and visions to. Why? Because people will shoot it down sometimes. I have a guy, he became such a tzaddik, and he said, Rabbi, if I would have told my dreams to anybody, I don't know what would happen. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I went to learn full day kollel. I stopped everything. And I had so much bitachon in Hashem that He's going to provide me with every need. I knew in my heart that that's what I wanted to do. That was my dream. I knew I can do it. I knew I was able to have the parnassah to do it. I knew it like a passion. And if I would have told anybody, it was like, what are you doing? What are you this? What are you that? You have to be careful who you tell your dreams to. You know how I know that? From Yosef. Yosef had a dream. He told his brothers and he told his father. His brothers saying, what do you think? You're greater than us? And what do you want? You want to rule over us? What does his father do? Va'aviv shamar et hadavar. Why? His father says, Yosef, you're onto something. I see. You want to help the world. I'm with you. I love you. I'm happy for you. The brothers also, but the brothers were thinking maybe it's just to rule over us. But Yaakov's father, Yaakov, he says, Yosef, you're onto something. Shamar et hadavar. That's what you do. So far we have how many things? 3, 4? 3 or 4? 4? 3. Okay. 3. So, okay. So you guys are 3. I know. So what do we have first? A vision, goal, plan. Don't be careful who you say to. 2 more, right? We said 2 more. All right. Fourth is, rest assured, on your dream of life, wherever your goal is, there is going to be setbacks. Remember that. Remember that. I'll give you an example. We're talking about shadchanim, right? Over here. I could guarantee you, every shadchan or shadchanit in this room, I could guarantee when they first started until today, you don't understand, Rabbi, people might be screaming, why are you not setting me up? Why that? There's setbacks. But just know, what you're doing is holy work. Continue and continue and continue. Yes, it's part of the dream because Hashem is testing you. How far can you go? Are you going to be a weakling that you hear a little bit of lashback and people saying, this, that, and you fold like a baby, I'm done with it? Or are you going to be strong and say, you know what? This is what I believe in. This is what I'm going to do. And nobody is going to stop me. But guess what? There will be setbacks with your dream. You're going to fall, guaranteed. Don't say, oh no, Rabbi, I'm being as real as can be. Go ask any person that has any success in their life, anyone, and go ask them, did you have any setbacks? They'll tell you straight up, do you know I could write a book more on my setbacks than my successes? Facts. I can tell you in my own personal life, I have my dream, and I know my dream, and I know my goal very clear, and I have it clear as a bullseye. And I can tell you, just set another setback, what's going on here, there. And I say so, wait, am I giving up? I said, no, I will not give up. I'm making this happen. I'm making my dream happen. But you should just know, you're going to have a bump. Why? Because Hashem is testing you to see, Are you strong or are you weak? Can you handle it or can you not? Look at Abraham Avinu. He had test after test after test. God promises you're going to have a child, and from this child you're going to have a nation. He has one son. Imagine one son at the end. He's so happy and says, now you have to give him your son. Wait, what would go through anybody's mind? What do you mean? I have a son right now that's going to be my whole lineage, that's going to take care of my name, that's going to bring me a whole nation. You want me to go and kill the son? There will be no Jewish nation. And what does Abraham do? First thing in the morning, I'm ready to do it. What? Vayashkem Abraham baboker. Because he understands one thing. Yes, Hashem wants to see how much do you love him. How much do you love Hashem? You love him a little bit or a lot of it? You ready to go through thick and thin? You ready to go through fire? You ready to go through everything? Yes, there's obstacles for a reason. And again, that is the sex. And how do we see that? Yosef again. He's 17 years old. He gets sold from his brothers. Do you know how hard that is, by the way? Just analyze that for a second. From your own brothers, I understand. Maybe even from a friend. It's hard. But, okay, it's a friend. But your own brother? Hello? Your own brother? You know how hard that is? What does Yosef do? He gets up. Where does he go? He not only gets into pit, now he gets sold as a slave. Now, he's a slave. And guess what? He does the best job at it, and he doesn't give up, and he doesn't give up, and he doesn't give up. And guess what? He gets thrown into jail. And even in jail, he's doing the best that he can. You know how I know? I'll prove it to you. What is he doing in jail? He's sitting in jail, and he's seeing people, and he's saying, why are you guys sad? What kind of question is that? Why are you sad? What do you mean? I'm in jail. Well, who wouldn't be sad? No. Yosef says, understands. No. Don't be sad. Everything is good. Let's make this happen. And this is Yosef's life. He's going, pushing more, setback after setback after setback after setback. And guess what? Finally, he becomes the ruler. And all his brothers come. And all his brothers there. And now, what would you do? Finally, your brothers come. The ones who sold you, the ones who put you in who knows what. What would you do? What does Yosef do? He says, don't worry about it. What do you mean, don't worry? Don't worry about it. God did it, not you. I'll see you later. Don't worry. I don't hold no grudges. Because Yosef doesn't have time to hold a grudge. He's going to have too many more important things to hold a grudge on you. You know, sometimes in life, a person has a fight with somebody, and the whole time they're holding a grudge, and a grudge, and a grudge, and a grudge. Just live life. Come on, let go. Just let go. Yosef does that. Right away, he lets go. Because he has a plan, a vision. Is that four so far?
Yeah.
Take the fifth. Take the fifth, and I'm done. And I'm telling you, wrapping it up, and I'll give you the answer with this. All right, you ready? And if you want to hear more stories of Shidduchim, I can tell you personal stories. That's after, off camera. All right? No problem. So, like this. The fifth and final one is, you don't go against your morale and values in order to get to your dream. Example. Imagine you're in business and you want to be very successful. You want to make a lot of money. And comes to your desk a very big deal. And this deal, you can make crazy amount of money right at that spot. However, you know, deep down, it's really a fraud. You're stealing from someone. But one second, Rabbi, my goal is to be rich. So if my goal is to be wealthy and rich, this is my chance. You don't go against values and morale in order to get to your dream. You just don't do that. Yosef could have done that, but he didn't. Think about it. He's right there. Eshet Potiphara grabs his garment. And now if Yosef leaves, he knows forget about it. She has my garment. What's going to happen? She might tell on me. She might this. She might kill my whole reputation. What does Yosef do? Yosef says, if it's wrong, it's wrong. I'll see you later. I don't care what's going to be. In life, you do what's right. That's what you do. You do what's right. And guess what? I have news for you. When you do what's right, you never lose. But what do you mean? I got to do this deal. I don't care. Rabbi, this is my dream. Wrong. it'll come out bad for you at the end. You must do what's right. You value your values. You do not compromise on that. All right, we have the 5 rules. Now let's get back to the answer. All right, let's go quick. Review, goal, vision, dream big. You can do it. Don't think you can't. But I have news for you. You can't do anything. But what? Hashem's on your side. When you do that, Hashem will give you siyata dishmaya. A lot of things in my life that I thought I'll never be able to do, boom, boom, opens. What happened? This opens, that opens. What? How is it all happening? Hashem sees your ratzon. Hashem sees your will. Hashem sees it. And it says, anybody who comes to be tahor, Hashem will help you. Guaranteed. Now, first thing is the vision, goal, dream. Second thing, have a plan. Third thing, what is? Third thing, I already forgot. All right. Be careful who you tell your dreams to, right? You don't want to kill the wrong person, they'll kill it for you, right? Fourth is, setbacks. You guaranteed to have setbacks. Don't fall because of setbacks. And the fifth is, don't ruin it. Don't kill you. Don't go against your morals to complete your dream. Now, we can answer this question. Again, everybody has that clear? We're going back to the question. I'm giving you the answer. What is going through Yaakov's mind? Yaakov Avinu. What was going through Yaakov Avinu's mind when he says, I'm working? All of a sudden, 7 years, he gets fooled by his own wife saying the secret to Leah. And now his future father-in-law says, by the way, if you want my other daughter, you could have her in 1 week, but you have to work another 7 years. What is Yaakov thinking to go through this process to get this holy Ima Rachel, Mama Rachel? What is going through his head? You ready? This is the answer. That's what I think. Tell me if I'm wrong, no problem. This is what I think. I think the answer is, thank you very much, the Holy Shadchanit. Thank you, Baruch Hashem. Beautiful work they're doing. They should continue. Bezat Hashem. Rabotai, what's the answer? The answer is Yaakov Avinu has a dream and has a goal and has a vision. And do you know what that was? Anybody know what that was in this room? That's right. He knew he's going to have the next generation of the Shvatim. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Yisachar, Zvulun, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Yosef, Binyamin. He knew it. And he knew he needed Rachel to fulfill that goal, that dream. And he believed in it so much where he said, this is what I must do. I will do it. When you are looking for a spouse to marry, what are you looking for? I'll tell you. You're looking, if you're a man, you're looking for that girl that is saying to herself that who is the woman in my life that is going to be there when I tell her my dreams and not going to kill it. When I tell her my dreams and she says, you can do it. Not saying, no, honey, there's no way you could do that. What are you thinking? No. Who is that person in my life where I tell them something and they're cheering me on and they're saying, yes, today was a bad day, but don't worry, tomorrow will be even better. It's okay. Keep on pushing and keep on pushing and keep on pushing. We all have a goal. We all have a vision. We want a spouse on our side when we say, this is what we want to do. We want encouragement. We want to see who is going to be on that side and say, continue. You can do it. You know, after every great man, there's a greater woman. You know why? Because he can't be great without the support system of his own wife pushing. You could. You want it, you can make it. Let's go. Do it. Talmidei Chachamim that I know There's no way they would be Talmidei Chacham without their wives. How do I know that? Because I know this kid. He was in yeshiva with me. There's no way he could be Talmidei Chacham. But I asked him, so what's going on? He said, when I came home from yeshiva, my wife went to me. She said, honey, what's wrong? I didn't get the Tosafot today. She tells me, don't worry. Tomorrow you'll get it. Don't worry. Tomorrow will be a better day. Continue. I want you to sit and learn. I married you for learning. And guess what? This man became a Rav in our community in Brooklyn, New York, and he's a big Talmidei Chacham now. And I asked him, how is that? You were one of the low guys in the yeshiva. How'd you do it? He said, it's all my wife. Why? Because he had a dream. I want to be Talmidei Chacham. And his wife stood there by his side and said, I am there for you, whatever you want. That's the woman of the dream woman. That's the woman, yes. Rabotai, it says, Azav aviv be'imo v'davak be'ishto. Leave your father and mother and cling to your wife. Ishto. First of all, I always had a problem with that. Azav aviv be'imo. I'm raising my kids year after year, and then all of a sudden they're marching down the aisle. Daddy, sorry, Azav aviv be'imo. I'll see you later. I'm married now. What are you, sketching me? How did that just happen? I don't know. But that's what the Torah says. So what does it mean? Let me explain. Azav aviv be'imo, you know what that means? It means that right now, when you're married, when you're a child in your parents' house, what's happening? What's your father and mother doing all the time? They're giving. They don't stop giving you. Now what are we saying? Azav aviv be'imo. Now you're getting married, you're leaving that mentality right now of giving, of receiving. Now what do you have to do? You have to give. And that's why, we take the cup, and you break the cup, you remember? B'ezrat Hashem, you're all gonna do that very soon. You're gonna take the cup, and you're gonna break the cup. And we know, what's the reason? Really, it's because Yerushalayim got destroyed, but there's another reason I want to discuss with you. You know what that is? What's a cup? A cup is always receiving. We tell the Hatan, you always receive from your parents, break that cup that you always received, now give. Azav aviv ve'imo. Break that receiving and start giving. That's a spouse. That's what you got to do in life. That's the marriage. Now, the question is, what's davak be'ishto? You know what? The wording is very tricky. You know why? Because anytime you say azav aviv ve'imo, it should say uba leishto. Azav, he left. Uba halach leishto. What's v'davak? Let me explain to you what love is. People think love is romance. Wrong. Love is loyalty. Love is loyalty. That's what love is. You get married, and you say, this is the love of my dreams. It means that what? That I will be through thick and thin, no matter what happens in life, I am with this person. Yes, up, down, setbacks, this back, not back, whatever it is. All of a sudden, you marry a person, no matter what. Who's the best cook? It's my wife. What do you mean it's your wife? What do you mean? There's a million better cooks. No, you're not understanding. My loyalty is to my wife. If that's the case, Vedavat Beishto means that this is the most beautiful woman in the world, the best cook, the best chef, the best baker, the best everything. That's Vedavak. Vedavak is loyalty. And it's the same thing to a woman, to her husband. Who's the best guy in the world? Who has the best midot tovot? Who has the biggest tzaddik? My husband's the biggest tzaddik. Yeah, what do you mean? Your husband? I know your husband. I see him in the shul. He's not the biggest. No. In my world, vedavak, my devikut is my loyalty. Yes, that's a marriage. That's love. That's loyalty. It's not just romance. Oh, you open the door for the first date. I want to see 10 years later you open up the door for the lady. No, I want to see it. What happened? What changed? Oh, I got it already, Rabbi. I got it. I'm good. I lost. Rabotai, this is what it is, Rabotai. This is what it is. When you're looking for a spouse, you're looking for someone that you're looking for their loyalty. That when I have a dream and I say it over, and she sees it and she accepts it, she says, wow, this is it. When I have a dream where I want to build a mishpacha, the next generation of Jewish people in the Jewish community, I want to see who is going to be that woman that's going to be the best mother for my children. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Who is going to be the best mother that's going to take care of my children? Wow. There's more to it. Abotai, there's more to it. I know time is getting a little late, but this is what it is. Take these lessons, enjoy these lessons, review these lessons. It's so important. It's so important. You know, somebody asked me before, who was it? Kriyat Yam Suf. Somebody asked me, I don't know who it was. He said, Rabbi, why is finding your shidduch is, what's your name again? Moshe? Moshe what? I can't hear. Stayab? Okay. Stayab. I want to give a shout out to him. He says, Rabbi, why is Kriyat Yam Suf? Why is the miracle like splitting of the sea? Let me tell you. You ready for this? Very quickly. We're going to say, when you get married, you're going to say, 2 brachot, they're going to say under the chuppah, that's the same exact bracha. You know which one? Yotzer ha'adam. You say it twice. Baruch atah Hashem, Yotzer ha'adam. And then you say it again. Baruch atah Hashem, Yotzer ha'adam. You'll see in the Shema brachot, you say it twice. Why? I said it once, Yotzer ha'adam. Why am I saying it again? Let me explain. Api the Zohar, the way it works is, we are not just the body. We have a neshama. That neshama, thank you so much. That neshama, in Shamayim, before we were created in this world, it was one soul. You know how they say, I found my soulmate? Listen to carefully, what does it mean? It means like this. Is that the flyer, by the way? How to find your soulmate? Okay, fine. Now, we're tying it back together now. How do you find, what's the soulmate? Let me explain. In Shamayim, the way it works is, you're one neshama. And when you came down to the world, Hashem takes that one soul and splits the neshama into 2. And he puts half of the soul into a woman's body and half of the soul to a man's body. And when they get married, the soul comes together as one. Ishto kegufo, it's one goof. It was always one. And that's why we say Yotzer Adam twice. Yotzer Adam, you created Adam, we were together in Shamayim, and now we're celebrating on the wedding night. Yotzer Adam, you connected us together again in the Aretz. There's Yotzer Adam twice. And that's why a zivug is like the splitting of the sea. Why? The splitting of the sea was one sea. Like the neshama in heaven, it was one. And then what happened? It split. That's this aretz. And then what happened? The splitting of the sea came back. And that is why when you find the zivug, your soulmate, the neshama reconnects. Shavua tov.
Rabbi, just another minute of your time. I just want to express quickly the idea of what we're trying to do here, and the truth is we're going to need everybody's help. The connections, Chazaq connection division is a new division, but it is an old division. It is something that was started by now 17 Shatchanim here that we have. And I actually want to give them recognition because they deserve it. We have over here Sarah Chaimov, Ricky Chafisov, Adina Fatakova, Mazal Shamayev, Rivka Meirov, Rabbanit Ora Nisanov, Rabbanit Tzadka, Dina Akbashov, Hagit Kaikov, Larissa Davidov, Angela Meirov, the list is a long list, Baruch Hashem, and it's going to grow. Rina Golkarov, Tamara Nisimov, Leora Fuller, Leah Maksumova, Rosanna Tachalov, and Daphna David. Now, how do we need help? What are we trying to do? You know, shidduchim is a process. It's a very complicated process. Baruch Hashem, I have a lot of friends and people that I see the way what it goes through. But in order to do it, we have to sometimes let our guard down for guys and for women and for men. It's a process where you have to hold a certain stolz, I carry myself a certain way, but also, you have to know where to sometimes lower your guard. But what we need from you guys is as follows. We're going to, after this event, God willing, prepare many, many other events. Some of them are going to be private events where we're going to have smaller groups. This is just a Kickstarter to understand what we have and the need, and to understand, to show back to our board over here, the Chazaq board, the need in the community. And we plan on spending a lot of money to make this a success. Now, what we need from everybody here after this event, God willing, we're going to send out emails. We need resumes. If you have friends, family, other people, the Chazal tells, "Kola mitpalel be'ad chavero ne'neh tchila," right? If you daven for your friend, it also if you care about your friend, send other friends. Try to get other people involved. The more resumes we have, the more the shatchanim here, shatchaniyot, are able to work on it, and we're going to have these private events, Bezrat Hashem. So this way, everybody here will be able to have a chance to Bezrat Hashem find their zivug. That is the goal here. After the event, feel free. We have the shatchaniyot here. Please go over, introduce yourself. There's nothing embarrassing, nothing wrong with it. This is a process that we all have to go through. And Bezrat Hashem, with the help of Hashem, with our hishtadlut, it's going to be a big success. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night.